I am in Athens, Greece, and it is really boiling, scorching hot. We've had a heat wave here, like, oof. And today is supposedly one of the coolest days. I cannot put my air conditioning because I'm recording and I don't want that sound in the back. So, let me just introduce myself. My name is Maro, and I'm the founder of Awakening Games. So what have I done here? I have created games so I can help people shift their reality by playing a game, because I believe that games are not only for children. And the more fun something is, the easier it is for us to adopt it, the faster it is for us to actually be focusing on the present moment instead of the goal, and the faster we get to achieve our goals. So I will be posting, because I'm actually in the process of creating amazing courses, which I call game shops, that will shift our realities from the inside out. And I will be posting them under every description box here on YouTube. Please don't hesitate, if this content resonates with you, to subscribe, like, and share. Always comment if you have any questions or you're wanting more specific content or courses, and reach out to me and find me on social media. So for today's video, I will love to talk about, putting the relationship on a pedestal. And what does that mean? And how we can reverse this, because if we have anything on a pedestal, we're actually making it vibrate on a higher frequency above us and actually putting us below it. And therefore we can never meet. And all this comes from the meaning we associate to what it is we're putting on a pedestal. And we want to break this down in this video. So we put the relationship on a pedestal because we have believed that being in a relationship will always make us feel something different than what it is we're feeling at the moment. So, for example, if we are feeling a bit unfulfilled and bored and or stressed or worried or resentful or angry, we believe that the relationship will come in and remove all these negative emotions and feelings and thoughts and stories we've created, and will magically transmute from the outside in to, equanimity, feeling like, amazing, sexy, magnetic, loving, abundant, self-worthy, individual, that we will actually go like that and everything will change. And this is not true. And yes, we actually all know this cognitively, like on the mind space, we actually could agree that we know this. On the emotional body, in the moments we get triggered, we actually forget all this. The question is, how do we shift this so that we can actually train our nervous system, train our subconscious to actually align and create that emotional simulation within ourselves to become the relationship we're looking for? And how do we do this? So how I do it in my course with my clients is we do this. So what we want to do is we want to, recreate the emotional experience as if we were already there. We've heard this before. I understand that, if we knew how to do it, we would. But the question is, how do we do it when we're not able to? What is it we have to do when we're not able to just be, fulfilled and feel grateful? Because, to just tell somebody, you know what? You don't feel, you're single? Okay, you feel like you're in a relationship and it will just happen. Okay. Yeah. I think that nobody would need that kind of advice. Had we known, if it were to be so simple, we would just do it. So what I remind my clients, because I have a title as a reminder, that's all I am, right? Holding presence and space, and I just remind people what we already know. What we do in my sessions is this. We just want to actually allow to feel anything and everything that until now was made wrong. So if we have deified the relationship, we've put it on a pedestal, this means that to be single is frowned upon, is wrong, is shameful. It also means other things. Like if we look into it deeper, it might mean that I'm less of a woman or man, I'm not as sexy, I'm not as beautiful, I'm not as worthy, I may associate that as being a loser in life and love, like maybe harsh words, like no matter how harsh they sound, we want to hear what is really being said. And if anything of what I'm saying and sharing here is triggering, well, that means we're doing work, because we want to trigger the wound to open it and be present within that space to experience healing, right? If the trigger is the gateway to healing, to becoming fulfilled, because it actually, what the trigger does is actually points out where we're needing love. Whether we are self-inducing the trigger or it's coming from the outer world, in real life, same thing. At least in the one part, we are actually wanting to meet us where we are not present, not loving ourselves yet. So yes, what we would want to do is actually go and see where we are not feeling loved, where we have made being single wrong. Maybe there's people around us telling us, you should be in a relationship, you should have children, you should, would, I don't know. So they are actually mirroring our self-judgment. Or, when friends say, yeah, I have a boyfriend, and, it's healthy to have a boyfriend and be in a relationship, because when you're single, blah, 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 I don't know what anybody says, but we would want to see how we have made being single wrong, shameful, less than. There's a lot of shaming even in the healing community when they say, I've heard this before, and it ticks me off. It triggers me. There we go. Because I have more to heal and integrate within me. Perhaps, for sure, actually. There it is. You got me. When they say that you're too much in your masculine, and not enough in your feminine. And it ticks me off because it sounds a bit like, have you heard the expression, you're too good? What does that even mean? Too good. Too much in your masculine. Does that even make any sense? And I'll explain to you what I mean. There is no such thing as too good. Too avoidant, to see where I'm self-responsible. Yes. Too good? No. You see what I mean? Too much in your masculine. Why? Because you're chasing, the unavailable man, because you feel needy. Well, that's wounded. That's not exactly too much in your masculine, right? Because whether we're defensive or we're chasing, that's just attachment styles, different attachment styles. I don't think it has anything to do with masculine and feminine. That's just how I see it. Now, what I would say for the too much in your masculine and, too good would be, what is too much anyway, right? We would want a balance of anything. So there's a lot of shaming there. So let's go back to where I was. I hope I don't forget where I was. Now, if we are able to look at how we have judged as, being single, being wrong, and meaning that we are less than, the more we allow these wounds and these insecurities and these negative emotions and stories to come up, and we bring presence within them, we bring presence within our inner child, we feel the sensations in our bodies and we're just present. The more we do that, the more we are integrating and loving ourselves in the here and now, embracing our singlehood, giving importance to who we are as an individual, because if there's no strong me, there's no strong us. So it's very important, in my humble, subjective perspective, to really embrace the one in order to create a stronger two. And so we can do this by just wanting to make self-loving not about the end goal, about having the abundance, about having the relationship, but more to want to get to know ourselves. And I believe through this healing process, we actually can get there. There's a shift that happens at some point that we see that we're doing it for another reason, and then to love ourselves and to get to know ourselves and to, be present within ourselves in our own hell and our Hades, right? I'm even Greek, but it's Hades. When we're present with ourselves in hell, and we can actually be there with ourselves and not abandon ourselves, I believe there's a great shift there that happens within our healing journey when we prioritize to love ourselves, not for the end goal, but because we want to love ourselves, period. And I find that very, very, very beautiful. So when we get to that space in our healing journey, we no longer need to put any relationship or anyone or anything or any state of being, higher than us and put us under. How we can shift this around? Yeah, there is no one that's going to come to save us. No relationship, no man, no woman, no person, no alien, no money, no situation in the future that will come and, heal all our wounds. And to be honest, in all honesty, anything we're actually wanting, any of us, is actually, we're not wanting the very thing. This is the kind of mind-boggling thing. That we never want what we're saying we're wanting. We're actually wanting the feeling that we've associated with a specific thing we're saying we're wanting. And this, I know, can be hard to accept at the moment, but the more you actually go through the integration process of wanting to see where you're triggered and where you're feeling unloved and unworthy, the more this becomes very clear. So if you can feel right now fulfilled, completely loved, serene, accepted, worthy, beautiful inside out, sexy, magnetic, connect with your sexual energy. You could just feel it right here, right now. From this place, what is it you're really wanting and what is it you're not wanting? Actually, when we are in this state of being, there is no thought about what we need and what we're wanting or what we're not wanting, because we are complete. And this is the outcome of actually wanting to get to know and meet us in our incompleteness, in our voids, in our triggers, in our wounds, and being present again and again. The more we are focusing on that, the more in those states of completeness we are resting. And so the more we become the goal, the more our outer world will mirror that we are the goal. Whatever we're wanting wants us will come and meet us. There is no savior coming on our outer world because there is no villain. Everything and everyone is within us, and the outer world is just a projection. And so when it becomes more interesting to take our own responsibility instead of projecting everything on our outer world to other people, making them either superheroes or supervillains, we are able to shift this game around and create the relationship we're wanting, emotionally stimulating the relationship we're wanting first within ourselves. And then it's very easy to have it with another person, because the other person is just a mirror of the relationship we have with ourselves. Actually playing those, energetic roles within ourselves, the masculine, the divine masculine, divine feminine within. But this is going to be for another video. I'd love to share another video with you. Yeah, so putting the relationship on a pedestal. Once we start focusing on loving ourselves, then we see that anything and anyone we have put on a pedestal starts losing its potency and its importance. It just becomes the outcome, not the cause. We are the cause. The effect is on the outer world. And we're more focused on ourselves than on the other person and the actual relationship on our outer world.